Well, earlier today, I found out we lost another really good actor. Now, granted, he's not one of my favorite he's not on my list of top favorite actors, but I know he's been a very good actor for so many decades. Yeah, he's done some bad films, just to be fair though, but he's starred in a lot of pretty good films that I liked, you know. So today, the fact that we lost Donald Sutherland. Yeah, Donald Sutherland, who is the father of actor Kiefer Sutherland. Yeah, so Donald Sutherland, which probably nowadays people remember him from playing President Snow from the Hunger Games. But Donald Sutherland, he starred in a lot of movies before he started in the Hunger Game movies. I mean, yeah, Donald Sutherland, I enjoy him as an actor. He's, like I said, he's not one of my favorite actors, but he's been in a lot of pretty good movies. I guess my dogs are upset because hearing me talk about Donald Sutherland, I guess. So, but going on the list of the films that he starred in, well, not everything. Ones I've seen though. Of course, he starred in the original The Dirty Dozen. Then he started in the comedy film with Gene Wilder, Start the Revolution Without Me. It was a film where Gene Wilder are twins, and Donald Sutherland are also twins, but one pair of each twin gets separated. One gets paired with the other twin. Like a Donald Sutherland twin gets paired up with a Gene Wilder twin, while the other one goes to the other brother, right? Yeah, Start the Revolution Without Me with him and Gene Wilder. I thought it would be a pretty funny comedy, because I like Gene Wilder. Then he started in the segment of the Kentucky Fried Movie. He was in Animal House. Of course, he starred in the '78 remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. That also had Jeff Goldblum and Leonard Nimoy. Of course, in the famous scene at the end, when what was her name, was looking at Donald Sutherland, and all of a sudden he goes and points like this and starts yelling and screaming like the Snatchers would be, like. That's gonna be like one of the part of the thumbnail that I put out on for the video. And then he started in The Great Train Robbery along with Sean Connery. That was directed by Michael Crichton, which is also based on the novel by Michael Crichton himself, The First Great Train Robbery. Then he starred in the film Revolution. That was a film with Al Pacino that bombed so badly, you know. It bombed so badly that it forced Al Pacino to take a leave of absence for 4 years until 1989. Yeah, it was a major bomb. Then of course later started in the big one of the film's big hits of JFK with the all-star cast. Of course with in Ron Howard's Backdraft. And he was also in Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie before the TV show later on. And then 94 Puppet Masters, which I remember not minding. The Puppet Masters. Of course, he starred in the film Outbreak. That was the big Outbreak movie, the disease movie with another all-star cast with Dustin Hoffman, Cuba Gooding Jr., Morgan Freeman, Rene Russo, and Kevin Spacey. And then of course, I remember him a lot when he starred in A Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey, and along with his son Kiefer Sutherland, along with Sandra Bullock. Samuel Jackson, Oliver Platt, and Kevin Spacey. Yeah, I enjoy Time to Kill. And then he was also starring other ones like Virus, which honestly, I personally was not a fan of Virus. I mean, it had good special effects, but that was pretty much about it. Then he was starring in Clint Eastwood's Space Cowboys with Clint Eastwood, of course, James Garner, Tommy Lee Jones. The Art of War, that was an action film with Wesley Snipes. There were the 2003 remake of Italian Job, Coal Mountain, An American Haunting, that was horrible. With him and Sissy Spacek, that was a horrible movie. And of course, he would, and then here in 2008 he would reunite with Matthew McConaughey again for the comedy, the Treasure Hunt movie, Fool's Gold. So he would star along with Matthew McConaughey yet again, Kate Hudson, Kevin Hart. Then he was in other films like Horrible Bosses, The Eagle, and then later on he would land in the epic series of The Hunger Games, where he played President Cornelius Snow. President Snow for short, though, yeah. But that's when he would got more starring in that. People recognize him now more starring in that franchise. And he started at Astra, which is I think Ad Astra with Brad Pitt and Tommy Lee Jones again. I think that one's a bit of an underrated one of that movie, Ad Astra. And then he starred in Moonfall, that was a 2022 disaster film that Roland Emmerich directed with Halle Berry and Patrick Wilson. That was not a good movie either. Yeah, that's like kind of like on one of his last ones. So, I mean, yeah. So I didn't go through all the list, but I know that Donald Sutherland has had a lot of he's done a lot of some pretty good movies, and so then of course starred in some pretty some not so decent ones. But a lot of people will agree that like people learn from playing as President Snow from recently. Like the one with the quotes he says, like, it's the things we love the most that destroys us. Which you heard that quote that was in the trailer for the prequel one, Ballad of Love, Songbirds and Snakes. You heard, when it showed the younger Snow, then in the trailer you heard Donald Sutherland's voice quoting that. It's the things we love the most that destroys us. Or, of course, another one where when by the end in part 2, Mockingjay part 2, when he was talking with Katniss, he's like, "Oh, my dear Katniss, I thought we were agreed to never lie to each other." But what I'm saying, that I'm telling the truth. Of course, at the end when Katniss shoots the arrow at Coin, Julianne Moore, then he starts laughing. And of course when the mob swarms him, kills him, beats him to death. Because I think he knew that he knew that Katniss would do it. That's why he was laughing, because if she didn't do it, what she did, then she would be just like them, and that's why Snow liked what she did, because I think he was impressed at what she did. That's why he started laughing. So, but I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of the Hunger Games series, because one thing, I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Lawrence at all. Although it has some pretty good, decent actors like I like Woody Harrelson, the late Philip Seymour Hoffman. Rest in peace to him. Yeah, Julianne Moore comes in later on. Yeah, Donald Sutherland I like though. Yeah, but I just was never a big fan of the series. That's just me. But Donald Sutherland, honestly, I never had a favorite. I never had a favorite movie of one of my a movie that I consider a favorite of his. I actually didn't. I mean, I like Time to Kill. That's what I remember him a lot when I grew up watching with. Yeah, President Snow, because nowadays people recognize him for more though from as that. But I like the 78 remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Fool's Gold I like. Start the Revolution Without Me with him and Gene Wilder. Puppet Masters I don't mind. I mean, I know he's been. He's pretty. I would say he had more good film story in more than bad ones. But like I said, American Haunting was horrible. I think that's one of his worst ones. I would say, because I know it was panned by critics. I know that. But yeah, just rest in peace to Donald Sutherland. Yeah, he was another good actor. We sorry we missed. And of course with my condolences. With because of his son Kiefer, right? And it was part of me which in a Time to Kill with that was the only film they starred in together, but never shared shared a scene together. So that'd be cool. Father and son in the same movie together. Or the same scene, But it's what it is. But he would get to work with Matthew McConaughey twice in that film, then Fool's Gold. But yeah, Donald Sutherland, another good actor is now passed on now, sadly. But as I said, he's not one of my favorite actors, but he's been a very good character actor for whatever the roles he stars in, But yeah, so I'll miss Donald Sutherland. That's another one. I didn't expect him to. Well, he's 88. So he was 88. So, but like I said, you never know. And they didn't say what he exactly died from. They said he had a long illness. He was battling a long illness. Not much is said about that though. But yeah. Once again, like I said, rest in peace to Donald Sutherland. Feel bad. Sorry for Kiefer. And so yeah. But other films, like I said, he started. Had pretty much more good movies than bad ones though. But yeah, rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more for the next video. We'll see you next time. Later.